So let's talk about the positives of the Jeep Gladiator. I did a negative video recently, so you know we have to do the positives, right? Because there are many. First of all, this is a 2025 Jeep Gladiator. It is the Nighthawk edition. I always get that trim level wrong. People call me on it all the time. I think that's right. Anyway, let's start off. First of all, of course, the looks of the Jeep Gladiator. It is unique. You're never going to mistake a Jeep Gladiator for anything else on the road. Say the #1 selling midsize, a Toyota Tacoma. You're never going to think the Gladiator is a Toyota Tacoma. I love the looks of it. Jeep has maintained the tradition of the model for years. They did have that little mistake, I guess, where they put square headlights on the front. They quickly went back to the round. Love the looks of the truck. You can't beat it. #2, the power. Of course, we still have the V6 naturally aspirated engine under the hood. Can't say the same for the Tacoma. Not really trying to turn this into a Tacoma comparison video, but it's sitting here. A lot of people don't like the idea of not having the V6 in trucks. I think it's the smallest size you can go for and still get away with it without a lot of complaints from the enthusiasts, right? I know there are obviously other smaller engines out there. I have one. As far as cylinders, it's a 4-cylinder turbo in the Tacoma. The Jeep Gladiator has maintained the availability of the 6-cylinder, and it's awesome in the truck. It's quick, it's responsive, love it in this truck. #3, capability. Of course, it is a four-wheel drive rather. Jeep, I think, owns the four-wheel drive market as far as capability goes with the Wrangler in the 2-door version. This is just as capable as any other 4-door truck out there or 4-wheel drive truck out there. I also love that, of course, the Gladiator is a truck. We have the versatility of having a bed. You can haul stuff in it, you can haul family in it, and you can take it off-road. A lot of capability in this truck. #4, modability. One of the biggest things for me, I think, in any vehicle that I buy is that it is moddable. There is a huge aftermarket out there for Jeep, tons of things that you can do to personalize the truck and make it your own. Everything from lifts to engine work, suspension, to things as simple as wheels and tires and side steps and even little crazy covers for the door locks. Not to mention all the stuff you can do inside, all of the bed options that you have for camping or hauling, all kinds of things that you can do with the truck in the aftermarket. #5, the fun factor. It's a Jeep, right? They're supposed to be fun, and this one is. It is maybe only one of the convertibles out there. I keep seeing these others. There is a Bronco, I guess, but that's not a truck. The only real convertible truck that we have out in the market. You can take, of course, the entire top off, i.e. the Jeep tradition, right? Or you can remove just the front freedom panels here to have full exposure for the driver and the passenger. Kind of gives you that open air feel. I love that. Although I will add a little asterisk here. For me, I always get rid of the freedom panels and put in one of those Sunrider flip tops. I think it's much more convenient to use. You don't have to worry about stowing these tops, which are rather fragile. I have actually chipped the edges of them before in storing them when I've ridden around with the top off. Plus, you have to decide what to do with the top when you're out driving around. So just a little caveat there. I would check into the Sunrider soft top if you're one to go with the top off occasionally. #6, versatility. A very versatile vehicle, of course. I mentioned it is a 4x4. You can use it off-road, on the trails, or maybe during the winter if you happen to live in a winter climate. Of course, I don't live in a winter climate. The biggest thing I have to worry about here is heavy rain. Not really a big fan of running 4-wheel drive in the rain, but I know a lot of people do it. Again, you can take the top off. It can become a convertible. It's a truck. You can throw stuff in the bed. Also, it is a 4-door. You've got room in the back for little ones or even big ones, the family. Everybody fits in here. A definite advantage over what we have in the Toyota Tacoma. That truck is almost bordering on really a 2-seater with some seats thrown in the back for insurance purposes. Not the same for the Jeep Gladiator. Plenty of space in here in the back to be able to put adults in comfortably. Next up, speaking of comfortable, it is comfortable. I have taken the Jeep Gladiator, not this one in particular, but a prior one that I had, on a long distance trip from deep South Texas all the way up to, I'd say mid Colorado and back. And that thing handled great. Never did I have any trouble in the back with or in the front rather, in the seats with comfort. These seats are set up in such a way that they don't kill the bottom of your thighs. They're not going to drive your back over here insane. They've just done a fantastic job, in my opinion, with comfort as far as the seats go in this truck. Ergonomically, everything is where you need it to be. You're not stretching around or maybe making your arms sore with a place to put them. It's one of those little things that I don't think a lot of people think about. What do you do if you're on a long distance trip and you need to throw your arm somewhere? Well, they've got the side armrest here in a position that's just right. They also, of course, have a nice padded center console armrest. Really a nice setup. Lastly, let's talk about value. For some reason, and I don't know if I really understand this, to be honest, Jeep is the number 1 or number 2, it kind of varies back and forth, holding its value at trade. You get a lot of money when you trade in a Jeep, either a Gladiator or the Wrangler version. It's always been kind of strange to me because, let's be honest, Jeep does not have a great reputation for reliability in the market. So why is it worth so much? I think it's because of its appeal and its versatility. A lot of people love the aura of having a Jeep. It's a rugged, manly vehicle for guys or gals that are into that, maybe a womanly vehicle. It just has a certain appeal, an appeal that Jeep has maintained over the years, I think, by maintaining the look and the functionality of the Jeep. Let's face it, they could have gone other ways. They could have a standard dinky 4-cylinder engine in it, although they're not bad when they're turbocharged, if I'm being honest. But still, we have the V6, we have the capability, we have the comfort, we have the ability to turn it into a convertible, all kinds of things, I think, that help it to maintain its value in the marketplace. Anyway, just wanted to run through a few positives on the Jeep Gladiator to kind of offset that negative video that I did, and I had a request for it. Leave a comment, let me know if you agree. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.